So, Jean-Louis, you've been having Panchakarma now for some years. What is the sort of benefits you've had over the years?
Well, when I first started doing Panchakarma, I had a very different kind of life. I was not that active at that time. I was more practicing meditation full time almost, and having little activity in between. And I was very involved in the activities of the meditation center where I was at the time. And therefore I find that the benefits then were different. I felt that my meditation was more clear. All the experiences I had were enhanced and much better through the Panchakarma treatment. And also it was a very good way to release the little stresses I may have accumulated during my daily routine and my daily job. And I was doing it quite regularly then, so maybe about twice a year. My health was very good at the time as well, so that was probably also one of the benefits of the Panchakarma, I would say. Later on, I moved to London and I started working in London. And then my life was very, very different because I was completely involved in my job, and I had very little time to do all these things. I was regular with my meditation, but I didn't have any time to do Panchakarma, and it's only after a few years of working in London that I realized that I had a health issue. I did one of these PSAs because I was turning 50 at the time, and the PSA revealed that I had prostate cancer. You know, the PSA was very high. I had a biopsy and it revealed that I had prostate cancer. And that's when I decided to go back to Ayurveda and apply all the principles of Ayurveda, first of all myself at home, and soon after that with Panchakarma. But already by just doing the home treatment myself, it appears that my PSA dropped considerably. And even though I was about to have an operation and have my prostate removed, because that was what they did in these days, when they took my blood before the operation was about to happen, the PSA test showed that my PSA had gone down to about 0.9, which was a considerable drop at the time. And I didn't need to have the operation because active surveillance was possible then, since they could measure any increase in the PSA from then on, if necessary. So ever since then I have been on active surveillance for that, and I have been practicing, I have been doing Panchakarma every year since then, either in London or other clinics like this one in Skelmersdale, for example. The benefits are enormous and manifold. I find that it keeps me going during the day in my daily activity with my job as well. It makes me much more focused and much more energetic as well. And also health-wise, my condition with the prostate has not deteriorated at all. Actually, it has improved. My PSA is regular, and I haven't needed any medical intervention in the last 10 years at all. So I have been able to maintain a stable PSA, and now also I have managed to gain some time because there are some new techniques which are available in order to deal with this kind of prostate cancer, such as focal therapy, which is high intensity ultrasounds, for example. It's not invasive and it doesn't have any side effect. So if necessary, in the next few months I might go for that, but I find that Panchakarma and Ayurveda has helped me through the last 10 years to achieve this result now. I find that also I have I'm much more successful in my activity as well, daily activity, and because life in London can be very, very stressful, commuting every day, morning and evening, sometimes meditating on the tube even. It can be very, very stressful and demanding, and a regular Panchakarma together with meditation, of course, helps maintain a good level of health as well. Whenever I come back from doing Panchakarma, I feel energized and I feel much more happy as well. I feel I have much more clarity of mind, which is very important, and I can, carry on for the next 6 months. I would ideally like to do it every 6 months, but it fits much better in my routine once a year. So that's what I'm doing now.